Hello everyone, this is Amber Lewis from Docking Bay 77, and you're listening to Surely You Can't Be Serious. Even if you think you already know about the topic the guys are discussing, they're sure to educate you and give you some tidbits that you never heard before, and it's always a great conversation. So sit back, relax, and never forget #TeamAmber.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Surely You Can't Be Serious podcast, special edition, 5 Minutes of Fire. We are here talking about the lyrics of We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel. We're covering only 5 minutes at a time, which is about the length of the song, so it works out kind of nicely. So please join us as we dive into some new lyrics today.
All right, guys, so here are the topics that we're going to be covering today.
Kerouac.
Sputnik.
Chou, En-Lai.
Kerouac, Sputnik, Chou, En-Lai.
Okay, D, tell me about Kerouac.
Okay, Jack Kerouac was a pioneer of the beat generation. He is on the Mount Rushmore with William S. Burroughs and Allen Ginsberg as far as beat poetry and novelists go. He was born French-Canadian in Massachusetts. They only spoke French in his house until he was 6. Finally learned English, and he spoke with a French accent until he was in his late teens. In World War II, he served in the U.S. Merchant Marines. He wrote his first novel while he was doing that, but it was not published, at least not until 40 years after he was dead. The first published novel he had was called The Town and the City, but his second novel, called On the Road, in 1957, made him a beat icon. He went on to publish 12 more novels and numerous poetry volumes. He is recognized for his stream of consciousness style. He spoke about Catholic spirituality, jazz, travel, promiscuity, life in New York City, Buddhism, drugs, drinking, poverty, all kinds of things. He is considered, with the other beats, a progenitor of the hippie movement. He influenced Bob Dylan, the Beatles, Jerry Garcia, and the Doors. In 1969, at the tender age of 47, he died from an abdominal hemorrhage caused by a lifetime of heavy drinking.
Okay,
Tell me about Sputnik.
let's talk about Sputnik 1. Now, Sputnik 1 is the first artificial Earth satellite and the first human-made object to orbit the Earth. This was launched into a low Earth orbit by the Soviets October 4th, 1957. When I say this caught the U.S. off guard and created public fear, that would be a major understatement.
A little bit.
The U.S. collectively crapped their pants when this happened.
Freaked the heck out.
They did not anticipate this at all. This demonstrated to the U.S. they were way behind in the space race, okay? So this actually caused Dwight Eisenhower to get ramped up in the space race. Like, let's go. So Sputnik 1 was designed to send radio signals back to Earth for 2 weeks, but it actually lasted for 3 weeks. When I looked at it, I was kind of impressed. It looks like a beach ball with 3 antennas. It's no big thing.
Yeah. Well, have you ever sent a beach ball into space?
I have not.
All right, then.
The sphere weighed less than 200 pounds. It could actually be seen from Earth, and actually scientists could track and understand the atmosphere better by just looking at it. So this was the dawn of the space age. It orbited Earth 1,400 times and was up and orbited around for about 3 months.
Wow.
And scared the crap out of everybody in the U.S. Tell me about Chou, En-Lai.
Well, it's probably pronounced Zhou En-Lai. Chou En-Lai, Zhou En-Lai, tomato, tomato, right?
Right.
Okay, so he was the premier and foreign minister of the People's Republic of China, what we called Red China, to throw back to an earlier episode. He was popular and kind of practical as far as administrators in China go. He was part of the Great Leap Forward in 1958, trying to bring industry and commerce to communist China. And later on, he would push for modernization to undo the damage that was caused by the Cultural Revolution of 1966 to 1976. He was largely responsible for the reestablishment of contacts with the West, including Nixon and his presidency.
Interesting.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, guys, that does it for today's episode. Join us next time for 5 Minutes of Fire.